I platinumed it again, so yeah, I don't need to. I just realized that my entire sad story was recorded on the
We're gonna start at.
we're gonna cut this.
We're gonna start. I platinumed it again.
Okay, good. All right, good. The world doesn't need to hear how bad my life fell apart. In case you want to like laugh about it, then we can like we can play the sad Hulk theme and like have me fucking just tell the story nonstop. That'd be kind of good.
That technically should be
there?
green. It is. All right, one thing was done correctly.
All right, there you go. So we could do this. We could play this.
I'm crying already.
Yeah. Shit. You and me both, brother. You and me both. God damn.
So fuck it. Let's jump right in.
Let's jump right in.
Well, I think it's Sunday.
It's Sunday.
It is Sunday.
It's Sunday.
It's
Sunday.
a little late.
Thanksgiving passed.
Eastern Standard
Yeah,
Time.
you guys know us.
Yeah, here we go.
About 12 hours of walking each day the last couple of days.
Yes, as fun as Disney is, and we definitely pointed one day to a park. Like we appointed like boom, 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 boom.
Keep it simple.
You can burn yourself out by the end of the trip. And we took breaks and shit, like as you should, like, you know. Was a lot of fun, but a lot of fucking walking.
Yeah, I remember that it's if you want to do everything and you want to see all there is to do, it's like it's an exercise.
It
is.
One would say it's an endurance race.
It is. It's endurance mentally and physically.
With your
Now, the
family.
new-
Because we had our whole family with us, so there's the mental.
We had a group of
aspect
10.
it.
We had a group of 10. It's
Yeah.
it's a good few people.
Yeah, and you have to accommodate all of the different needs and wants of each individual. Like, if you're trying to be nice, like, because most of the time, like, if I do like a big trip, like, I start with the caveat, like, hey, I love everybody here. I like to plan things out. If you don't want to do that, cool. Deviate, separate, do your thing. Find us when you're ready.
Yep.
But don't come to me like, hey, let's do this and let's do that. I'm like, hey, that's cool. Do it. Like, we're in a group, but it doesn't mean that, like, you can't just run off and go eat something with your girl or you're with your homie over here and go hit this ride that I think is a piece of shit. Have at it. You know, but that's how you should, right? Like, go with the flow.
Delegate.
Like, yeah. So we went. We had a good time, and
Disney's new rides
are the shit.
Fantastic.
Are the shit.
The Guardians ride was
Amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. So I know Universal, a lot of their newer stuff has been fantastic as well. I'd be hard pressed to find something that is as entertaining and as good as Guardians.
Is it a roller coaster?
It is a
is.
coaster, but it's more than
Yeah, it's an experience.
it is everything that they wanted Space Mountain to be.
Yeah.
Oh.
Except mission achieved.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know who the designers were, but fucking wow.
They hit every beat from when you hit the line to the showmanship of what they have around to the actual ride itself. When you get off that ride, you're like, that is absolutely the best ride I've ever been on in my life.
That's the feeling I had when I got off of what the hell's that Avatar ride?
Oh, yeah.
Not the stupid one where you
Flight
ride
of the Avatar.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what? When that came out, that was absolutely the best ride of the time.
Yeah.
I remember when I rode that, like I'd done other 3D rides, but like nothing like that. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. The newer stuff, I mean, even at Universal, the newer stuff there, which really makes me excited for Epic Universe, being a whole theme park designed new with the new principles that are being applied to the Harry Potter land and into the Avatar land and to all of the new rides and stuff being applied to a whole park. I really am excited to see what they're going to do. But when you go to Disney, there are some things, because Disney's been around for so long, that you walk into them and you have to go, Jesus Christ, who thought this is good? Why is this still happening?
Bro.
Country Bear Jamboree.
Which we stumbled on.
Holy shit!
I've been to Disney for years.
It sounds bad.
Years.
Oh!
And we just stumbled upon it because it started to rain, and we're like, oh, there's a show here. Let's go. Let's check it out.
Country Bear Jamboree. So it's country.
Yeah.
There's bears.
And there's a jamboree.
And they're having a jamboree.
Let me ask you, before we tell you about it, What would you picture the country bear jamboree?
Right, I'm picturing like a campfire setting. I'm picturing like you're sitting on a log, and like there's some kind of makeshift stage in the forest, and they have like instruments that they've put together with things they have found in the forest.
Close.
And if it's country bear, I don't think it's gonna be like west, like Montana. It's probably like a bear in like the Tennessee mountains.
We're talking like deep
Appalachia.
Oh, really?
Deep country.
Oh,
like
fuck.
Now,
the
what
type
you
of bears
described
that rape
is
you in
actually
that
better.
movie.
The whole fire,
Right.
the log.
I pictured
no.
you guys and your family on a log.
Yeah.
No, this is in a theater,
Ah,
but these bears don't belong in a theater.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time I was offended on behalf of somebody else. This shit hurt to watch from the first second
wait a
that
minute.
it started to the fucking end.
Bro,
wait, what happened?
Holy
it was
shit.
harsh. I hope there's some video.
You're making me want to like.
Dude,
of
one
this place.
string guitar, two teeth, drunken Uber. Like,
Yep.
what is this
When they
shit?
finally brought out the girl bear, she's like overweight, fat, like
with the
one
tutu.
tooth.
What the fuck?
And there was, listen, there were people there like, oh, this is the part I like. Here's when so-and-so come. There were people that like, this is their show.
Yeah.
This thing is awful.
Oh, that's Cletus. That's Cletus right there.
It is clearly a relic of like
And it's still
original old
Yes.
Disney.
So what it ties into is the whole Splash Mountain
God
thing.
damn.
Yo,
Yeah.
it's bad, right? Okay, you can see it.
I can smell the racism.
Even the songs were like, one song was about this bear that these three girls that the only guy they want doesn't want them and treats them like shit. And then there was another bear that claimed come down from the ceiling and she's like basically, singing about being a hoe bag. And then she looks at the guy playing the guitar like, come up here and meet me sometime. And he's like, I will as soon as I get a letter. Oh yeah, it was that good. I'm like, I may have to go back every time. Just to see everyone else's face in the room, because we were looking at each other like, is this really happening?
there were people clapping. There were
No.
people happy to be there.
There were some
Really?
people like
Oh, yeah.
that was not their first or 15th time. It might have been their 20th
they
time.
they knew who was coming up and what was going to happen next. And I was, oh, please open the doors. I think I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm ready
yeah.
to leave.
Well, you do know that like there's people that, like watched Honey Boo Boo and shit. I mean, like,
Yeah?
they're out there.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
600-pound sisters.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
people watch that.
Yes.
Well, there was like several 600-pound bears. I mean, they made a bear look obese.
Yes.
Jesus.
Oh yeah. Just stop talking about the people in the audience. There were a couple. It was funny. I never knew that it was there. It was one of those things that you can easily pass by because it's inside of a store setting.
Yeah, like the Carousel of Progress, they update as the years go by.
Yeah.
They looked at this one and they said, you know what? First time, fucking perfect.
It's perfect.
Don't touch it.
I mean, I know when you go around Disney, there's things that are dated. Like,
Right.
they're dated.
Oh,
Like the
yeah.
Lion King show.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Lion King
yeah,
show,
yeah.
dated
They've
as fuck.
been doing the
Yes,
same
yes.
one for a very long time.
yes.
But the show itself
It's not
It's
bad.
still
is fairly
good.
entertaining.
It's still good.
There's
But
there's a
this-
tiki bird.
Oh, the
That's
tiki.
a shit. That's a shit show.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm like, goddamn, this
And
thing
you
is
know what?
like-
It's funny. The Tiki show is right next door to this Jamboree show.
I gotta say, the Tiki show holds up way more.
Really?
Way better.
Oh,
Really?
Oh, yeah.
See, now that you said that,
Oh,
I have an idea of how bad it is.
yeah.
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 Like you can hear the clicking in the bears
When
their
their eyes move and everything. Oh,
That's
yeah.
horrifying.
Yeah, it's
Like a metal.
Like a cluck,
I-
cluck, 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 cluck.
I mean, it's like there's probably 15 or 16 animatronics. So
Yeah.
congratulations to the engineers that built this thing and that it's still running.
Yes.
That in itself is quite the feat. But the whole show and the songs and everything, and it's like, wow, this is like 100 years old. This is original Disney.
Yeah.
So
this is
like
real rough.
It's the equivalent of like an old battle droid.
This
in
is the
Star
shit that,
Wars.
like, when the old
Yes,
Disney
yes, it
cartoons
is.
pop up and they're like, hey, just to let you know, things were different back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no warning in front of this baby.
Like when you watch Dumbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you watch Dumbo. It gets to the crows. You're like, oh wow.
This was bad.
This didn't age well.
Now, I do know Disney's planning to spend a lot of money updating over the next decade, and they started with Splash Mountain in this area.
Where are they gonna get that money from?
Disney got money.
All right.
It's where's Disney hiding the money? All these super large, corporations that are all around the world, they got all these places where they can squeeze money and put it, and fancy people to make it look like they're losing money when they're not, and all that other bullshit. We see all they do with Hollywood.
You walk into a theme park, and it's packed every single time. I know it was a holiday weekend, even on a Sunday today, where it was kind of like a lazy, rainy day.
Right.
The park was packed. Park was packed. People everywhere eating, spending money, having a good time.
I keep seeing nonsense
bring them money.
about attendance is down. I've been to Universal this year and I've been to Disney this year. They have been just as packed as they've ever been. Yeah. What I think is happening is, for instance, in terms of Disney, their most expensive hotels, the Grand Floridian, they've been doing renovations for multiple years now.
Right.
Why are you going to go spend 10 grand a day on a room where they're doing construction outside of it?
Right.
And you go to that hotel, you go to do these big experiences, or you get the person from Disney to take you. Those types of things, I think, are what's down. These super extravagant vacation. But in terms of people, the park is just as fucking packed as ever.
Yeah.
I mean, good luck sitting down at lunch and having something.
And you got to figure, the cheapest restaurants, you're spending $30 a person to eat any meal, breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Yeah.
And then some of those restaurants go up to
they only go up. They only go up from there. I mean, you want a character to walk by.
Holy shit.
Now you're like $100 a plate.
Yeah.
If you want real fancy, because they go full on super fancy 5-course dinner in some of these restaurants. It's expensive.
There's just one thing that I have been dying to do, and it is definitely a bit uber expensive, but every year they do a Great Gatsby New Year's. It's a ballroom, right? You pay, you got to show up in tux and dress, and it's a ballroom, and then they feed you. You pay one price. It encompasses the hotel and that night at Disney, but it doesn't even incorporate a ticket into Disney. They're like, no. This $900 goes right here.
Yeah.
But then they feed you from the best chefs around Disney for all the platters that they feed you throughout the night and stuff like that. I'm like, I would like to feel rich one time.
And some of the
just live it up one time.
And some of the chefs are really amazing. If you go to their regular walk-up restaurants, you're getting regular food. But when you actually go to the sit-down places,
amazing food.
It's night and day difference in terms of what you get with the actual food.
Yeah.
So it's they do have some super high-end chefs, but you're paying high-end chef price if you want to sit down at their. And then you got to reserve ahead of time. Good luck if you don't reserve ahead of time. Yeah. You need someone to cancel right when you walk up. Otherwise, everything's on app. It's gone. As soon as it opens up, somebody else is pulling in.
Yeah. And what they've done well is it's just like the rest of the theme park. When you walk into one of those restaurants, it's themed, Disney themed. They have these different things. There's the new space themed restaurant, which we got in by chance. We walked up and somebody canceled at that moment. It was only 2 people, me and my wife, and we're like, Broop, we got right in. You start on the ground floor and they launch you into space. So you're watching this TV screen and you're looking into it and you're leaving Earth and you're going into space. And then you get off and all the cast members, the people that are working there are treating you like, welcome to this, space station. And it's 360 degrees of space around you. You can see Earth, you can see spaceships, astronauts floating by, all the drinks glow in the dark. It's cool.
It sounds expensive.
It's cool.
It sounds like I can't fucking eat there.
Yeah. But it was sick. It was a cool experience, So, there's that.
And I do know Disney's supposedly, after Universal, here going to be opening up an additional park themselves, which...
Yeah, a 5th.
I mean, at a certain point, you can only do so many renovations before you just have to start from scratch.
Well, where are they going to put it? I mean...
They've been buying up a lot of land.
They have a lot more land than they've ever used. And they've stayed buying up more land nice and quietly. And that's how they keep expanding. With those SkyTram that they opened up connecting some of the parks. That was all land that some they had they couldn't necessarily do anything with. But you can drop a pylon and just float people overhead. And now you got this nature preserve that people are looking at as they're floating overhead. It kind of gives them a little something. But they got tons and tons of Florida is stocked with land that you can't do fuck all with without doing massive renovations. And when you have billions of dollars, you can afford massive renovations.
Yeah, this is true. And another thing, switching a little bit from Disney into like, they just acquired Hulu, I believe.
Yes.
So now the adult content shows are really going to run through. And I think it's good for them because then they can shuffle in this new stuff like the trailer that we just seen.
Echo.
For Echo. And
they're following suit with the TV shows from Netflix that they carried over and them leaning into TVMA, which they should be by now. I mean, the people watching Marvel at this point, you're 20 years on.
Yeah.
Most of them are adults. They tried to do some of the kid shit, like the Kamala Khan was very kid-oriented show.
Very much so.
It was fun. I thought, honestly, she did an excellent job for what she had, and even in...
Not that I'm ever going to see it until maybe someone forces me to watch it, but people are saying she is one of the few redeeming qualities of the Marvels.
I was literally just about to say that.
Yep.
Our nephew was down in town, and he wanted to do something for his mother's birthday, so he wanted to go to the movies. We went to go see Marvels.
You're a stronger man than I.
He picked it. Honestly, it wasn't as bad as a movie as a lot of people are making it out to be.
Really?
And it was not as woke as you think it would be.
No.
Like, they really didn't even lean
saw it too?
in on... I win. It was my sister's birthday.
Yep.
I got sucked into it.
The only thing
that
stands out is that like 95% of the characters are women.
Yes.
There's like 3 men: Sam Jackson, the father, the brother, and then like one other guy who sings for a few minutes.
Sam Jackson doesn't count.
Yeah.
No, he was back to his old self. He felt like the real Nick Fury in this movie.
Yeah, he was Nick Fury.
Yeah.
He was a little more. He was a little more comical.
Invasion was shit.
He's always gonna be bug fucker.
It was shit.
He was a little more comical than normal, but he still felt like he was Nick Fury. There.
He was PG-13.
And in the movie, Kamala and her family were some of the funniest parts.
Yeah,
they did that role really well. Yeah. The movie wasn't as bad as any of the worst Marvel movies out there, but it definitely wasn't the best of some of the Marvel movies out there. But it's funny to finally see, like I seen IGN the other day finally saying, hey, maybe the issue is like trying to live up to, Infinity War. Like, yeah. No shit. I said that years ago after it came out, like, good fucking luck. Yeah. It's about time you caught up to the message. Like, you guys went so hard that it's hard to keep up with that pace now.
Right.
And as soon as you're a little bit off, it's like if this movie would have come out before any of the other Marvel stuff, you'd be like, wow, that's a good comic book movie.
Yeah.
But now you're like, that's mid.
Here's the thing about it. There was one part
in
the movie where I absolutely could have fucking walked out on.
Oh.
And there was some other people in the movie theater.
As good or as bad as the unicorn Skittles from Shazam 2.
Worse. Yeah. So they decided to go to a...
Wait. Worse?
All right.
How? That's like one of the worst moments in all superhero
They
movies.
decided to go to a planet of people that only sang.
Okay? Yeah.
So, you know where I sit with this
I wish I could have been in this theater.
So when they get there, they're like... And I'm like,
now I'm sad I didn't see it.
They're starting to dance and sing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? She's like, yes, their only way of communication is through singing.
I think I heard a review. Wait, they can't understand what you're saying if you try to talk, right?
Right.
You have to sing.
Which is fucking stupid in premise and stupid on screen.
Dude,
now they did it.
I would love if we went to that.
They didn't need it at all. You could have removed that whole chunk. And nothing would have changed.
It's a strong 5-minute scene for a one-line, he's bilingual, shitty joke at the end. Like, if they could have easily cut it down in half, made it as like, this is the way we welcome guests from off-planet and moved on, and it could have been much funnier that way. But they wanted the, he's bilingual joke at the end of it, which was like, that makes it so much worse.
Bro, it was shit. It was shit. That was the only part of the movie where I was like, I can leave right now, and I would be okay. But after getting past that bullshit, there were some more redeeming, funny moments and some good fight scenes. But overall, when you watch the movie, even some dope cameos at the end. Do you want us to spoil?
Fucking spoil it.
All right. So they go into an alternate universe.
Yep.
Okay.
And the X-Men are there. And they bring Fraser Crane's Beast into the mix. So one of the characters leaves R616 and goes into their version of Earth where the X-Men are.
It was the X-Men 95 Beast right out of the cartoon.
Yep.
It was a nice little. I like that. That's good. And it's. I imagine it's what they're going to use to merge things together. Is that the two right next to joining kind of timelines and universes are going to end up merging.
Because now you got a hero from our universe in this other universe, and Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel are not just going to be like, well, she's over there, she saved the planet.
Yeah.
You're going to go after her.
Yeah. Another thing about this movie is I would have to say, overall, I think it's good. The villain was the most bland.
I heard they recycled Ronan.
They did.
I heard they recycled
it was like
him.
Woman Ronin. It was Woman Ronin.
That is literally how one reviewer described it. He said someone at the director board must have just been like, hey, how about Ronan the Destroyer?
Yeah,
but
Ronan. Ronan the Accuser.
That's exactly what they did.
Yeah. So I believe
what if he was a woman?
I believe that is a title that the Creep has down, the Accuser, and get the hammer and all that other good stuff. But they didn't do anything to
like Zorro
build her up
Kinda.
or even explain. And even the only thing that puts her on the ability to fight against the Marvels
I was literally say, how's she fighting Captain Marvel?
is she has one of the Nega bands, and that allows her
to
absorb light-based powers.
You just can't be throwing
the
around
what
words
band?
like the what?
Nega.
Oh.
Bro,
With an
you better
E?
watch what you're saying on here.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's
Fucking guy.
that is
Whoever fucking wrote that comic book knew exactly.
those
what
are
he was doing.
old Marvel weapons, like
How old? Like
Yes.
1961.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
no, but he's right. She's
So-
not
so-
only is she got some cosmic powers, but the Marvels themselves are watered down because their powers are tied into each other.
Is that the band from the Marvels, like the Miss Marvel or whatever, the
It's
Marvels
one
TV
of the
show?
two.
Yes,
from
it's
Miss
one of the
Marvels.
two.
Okay.
So-
They had
so-
that. All right. They
So
had
she
bands
has
in
the
there.
one that absorbs light, and that's the way she ends up being on par to fight with them. Is that they all have light-based powers, so their powers are effectively not useful against her.
Right.
So that allows her to be able to fight with them. But once they kind of get their coordination, they whoop her ass pretty easily once they get it. Once they get it together, which makes sense.
I was about to say, I mean, Miss Marvel. I mean, Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
She caught Thanos' hand.
Yeah, you got three.
I mean, she fought Thanos one-on-one.
So it's three cosmic beings essentially. So once they kind of get past that, she doesn't stand a chance. She gets her ass handed
I
to
was
her,
about
which
to say.
is appropriate.
Yeah.
Whether you like Brie Larson or not, she fought Thanos with the gauntlet on for a while. I mean,
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So-
It's just the character and her acting that most people have, like her off-screen personality, I should say, that people don't like her when it translates
it's a
over
shame
into a
too.
character.
The other day I was
on
watching.
screen.
The other day I was watching Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yep.
Like the original,
Yes.
the live action.
Great
The good
movie.
one.
And Brie
Great.
Larson.
The good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brie Larson is Ramona Flowers.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like, I was like, how did you go from this?
Yo, you know how many
Where do we lose our way?
superheroes came out of that movie though?
Dude, Captain America is
Captain
one of her
America.
boyfriends.
Yeah.
Superman is another one of her boyfriends.
Is he? No.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he is.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not Henry Cavill.
No.
The
It's,
other Superman.
Oh, yeah, Superman Returns. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. That's fair. That's
So-
fair.
I'm not hearing good things about the cartoon either. Has anybody seen it?
I've seen it.
Oh.
It's different, man.
A lot of people are angry because they pulled a clear bait and switch. Scott Pilgrim disappears,
He gets kidnapped supposedly.
and then
I'm
it's,
on like episode 4
it's
or 5.
essentially Ramona Flowers' show and not Scott Pilgrim, though his name is very large in the title.
It says Scott Pilgrim takes off, and like supposedly they use that as like a way. It's weird, man. Like
They should have just announced, like, listen, this is a different take on it, and this is
2 of the episodes. It's
something
basically
different.
She finds a way to like uniquely and creatively apologize to her exes. It's strange. It's a very strange take on it. It's.
So not worth the watch.
I would say unless you're a giant fan of the Scott Pilgrim universe, no. Just watch the original, play the video game, beat 'em up, and
And then-
read the
and then be
graphic
done
novel.
with it. Yeah.
That's it. Don't do
Yeah, they
this.
came out with some nonsense.
If you're a
Oh,
Scott Milgrom purist, it's gonna piss you off.
the original writer,
okay.
like he got divorced and he's older now, and this and I'm like, listen, just people love the story because it's kind of like two slightly fucked up people that find each other.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, all right, yeah, they're both kind of shitty to the people around them, but they get it together,
Yeah.
and
Like,
they work it out at the end with each other.
It'd be like-
Congratulations.
It'd be like if someone rewrote Spider-Man and like just Peter Parker was friends with Mary Jane, and then like he had a relationship with Jonah Jameson, the newspaper.
It's
guy.
like if you make a Spider-Man game,
It'd be weird.
and instead
Right.
of making Mary Jane a supermodel like she is in the comics, she's just a regular person. It looks like slightly like one of the writers from the video game.
Or she's
Right.
chubby and angry.
Instead of the supermodel that was hired to play the voice
Right.
of the game.
Hear me out.
Spider-Man 2.
Make her one
Fuck
of
you doing?
Make her
Really?
one of the bears
Yeah.
from the Jamboree.
Spider-Man 2, what's she look like?
I believe it was in Spider-Man 2. They
Yeah.
So it looks slightly like the actress that they hired to do the voice, but like, why is something off? Like, she looks way hotter in real life than on the game. We know we can make hot models in the game,
Right.
but then they were comparing it to like one of the writers, like, what's
Yeah.
going on here?
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah,
they,
there was-
they used some downgrade technology there.
Oh.
Fucked her fucking face off. All right. It's all right, you know. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm sure as long as the gameplay's fun. I don't know.
Another trailer that we seen that looked pretty good, looks way better than the original movie, was The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Netflix is
The
taking
trailer looks
over
solid.
and
Hey,
making
if-
it a series.
If they give it that,
One
Piece
Piece
treatment, I'm
Yeah.
in. I
it
enjoyed
looked
One
good.
Piece.
There was no dialogue. However, the scenes that they did show looked fantastic.
Yeah.
The characters in the live action look very, very closely like the animated series.
I'm gonna have
in
to
a very good way.
I'm gonna have to defer to Sierra on that one, just because she's like a huge fan of that. Like,
Have
that
you
was-
ever
that
seen
was-
it?
I've never watched.
Avatar.
Avatar.
It's
It was
fantastic.
supposed
Is
to
it?
be.
It is.
It was supposed to be a children's show, but it was like the old X-Men, proper storytelling and things in the past affected the future going forward. So it wasn't like each episode was a little bottle. It was a proper anthology and everything was going on.
I know
And
Legend
so
of
it was,
Legend
it was
of Korra
nice.
killed it. I know that.
Did you watch that?
No, but I tried to watch that, but
I would start with the Avatar: The Last Airbender.
that's
and
what
then
everybody
go from
says is
there.
like the one to go to.
Because
Yeah.
you'll get pulled into the whole story, and it's very well told. It really is.
Okay.
And the action is really good too.
Yeah.
Well, that's why when people
I heard
went
the M
in,
Night Shyamalan movie sucked.
it sucked ass.
Yeah, it was
it called The Last
that was
Airbender
that
or
was a
something?
rough one. That
Yeah.
was
I love when they like you watch the YouTube video of all the fans leaving the premiere, and every single person, it was unanimous. That movie fucking sucked. They were so pissed.
they
One guy was
jumped-
crying, and I was like, God damn! Like,
They
Because
jumped
they fucked it
way
up.
far ahead in the story so they could do a big battle action scene for the movie. But in doing so, the storytelling itself was just so bad
yeah.
Yeah.
that it really it was
And not only that,
good.
like
I never
they-
seen it, but I just don't think it can hold a candle to the Dragon Ball movie. Like, I just don't
Oh.
think it can. I
as
mean,
far as
Oh,
being
boy.
as shitty as the Dragon Ball.
I
yes,
seen
that was
I
that
seen
was,
a
yeah.
brief clip of the Dragon Ball movie the other day.
Watch
pop
it
up,
sometime.
and
We should do a watch along of that.
I
movie.
I may have to.
forgot
I may have to.
how
I'd watch it.
bad, how just
It's awful, awful. Like there's no redeeming qualities about it. Nothing.
Yeah, I
Whether
feel
you're a
sorry
fan
for the
or not.
people that were in it.
Yeah, and I felt sorry for anyone who passionately loved Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, and that tried to turn that on and thought they were going to get something.
Now,
from it.
another thing that looks good, and you said it's actually a remake, Shogun.
Yes, Shogun that they're putting out on, was it Hulu? It's Hulu, right?
It's FX.
FX?
It's going to be a series.
So it will be Hulu.
It will
yes.
be Hulu?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They originally in the 70s there was a TV miniseries that was on TNT. It was called Shogun. And it takes place, you know, the guy, it takes place, it was like a Western sailor that shipwrecked in Japan.
Yes.
And it was during a time period when Westerners were not very fucking welcome in Japan. They were
Right.
killing you for being Christian or selling firearms, all kinds of shit. And it was good. It was a.
So it's like The Last Samurai.
Sort of. It won awards. It was actually a decent piece, and so this looks like it's going to be a reimagining.
And
of
this
it.
looks, this looks brutal.
Good. Yeah, this looks very good.
Yeah. Have you guys seen Blue-Eyed Samurai yet?
I finished it.
I
loved it.
started it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yes, I hope they come with new seasons.
Yeah, it's getting heralded as the best animated series to come out of Netflix this year.
I would say it is.
I can't disagree.
It's a high bar to get over, though. I mean, especially on Netflix lately.
I know. I love Castlevania.
Yeah.
But I think between Castlevania Nocturne and Blue-Eyed Samurai, I think Blue-Eyed Samurai beat it. Yeah, I honestly do.
You know what it was? It had deep moments, great storytelling, really great story arc. And you almost got this.
And the villain was so well done.
Oh my god.
Abijah Fowler is such a well done villain.
It's so goddamn
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
you don't know whether you want to root for him because he's so intriguing, but at the same time you're like, what a fucking dick.
what
a dick. Like,
and he finds a way to keep himself in the mix.
And he's British, which makes him the worst.
Bullshit. Oh yeah.
He's the best villains.
Oh yeah. Well, it looks like they're gonna get a second season. Everybody loved it, hands down, unanimously. So I hope they bring.
And the way the season ended, I'm really excited to see where it goes. I'm like, oh. So yeah, you got to finish that.
It was one of those. So I think I finished it in almost all in a day, and then came back for one or two more
definitely
episodes
definitely a day and a half. Definitely a day and a half. It was so good. I mean, it was a unique story.
Yeah,
it was a unique story. Like a girl born with blue eyes in Japan because her father was a foreigner.
Right.
And there was only 4 men in the country at the time, and they're all evil. Yeah. They're all evil. All evil. Every single one of them.
Yeah. It was good. And
the fight scenes are so well done.
She almost reminds me of Bruce Willis, right? Right. Hear me out. Like the underdog hero, right? Okay. Because she kind of gets her ass kicked a lot and perseveres a lot. She murders a lot of motherfuckers.
Well, she gets to a certain point where it's ridiculous.
There are
she's
some
killing
moments
people at a level where you're like, all right, stop fighting her. Stop. It's like Uma Thurman in Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Just let her alone.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, Kill Bill 1. If I was one of those guys in the Crazy 88, fuck it. I'm taking my mask off. I'm dropping my sword. You win.
I quit.
You fucking win.
Yeah, but you don't earn a position in the Crazy 88 and walk away. You're crazy.
You do when
you're one of the 88 crazies, bro.
When you do when crazy number 72 gets cut in fucking half, you're like, okay, what the hell are my chances? me and crazy 12 here. What the fuck are we gonna do? Nobody. We're fucked.
It definitely reminds me of the Venture Brothers and the Mothman.
Yeah, the Monarch.
The Monarch. His henchmen would get fucked up.
Right, and there's no point. There's no fucking point. If you've watched a literal army of your own friends and training partners who you might not even be as good as them.
Yep.
The best guys might be dead on the floor, dismembered. What the fuck are you gonna do against this chick?
Yeah, because
she's cutting people to pieces. She's spinning on the floor and chopping people to pieces. Walk away. Yeah, because your life is precious.
If you're 88, right, out of the 88 crazies,
you're the lowest guy.
You're the lowest guy. Yeah, the 87 more crazier people than you, and they're all dead.
I'm sneaking out the back door and hoping she can't fucking count. Yeah, that's 88. Yeah, I hope she can't. Yeah, I'll live with myself. Aren't you the guy? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I never was in a gang. No. I'm a librarian.
That's fucking great, man. No, the Kill Bills, those were some seriously good movies.
Yeah.
And I have to say, Quentin Tarantino for me is hit or miss.
Very.
He's
the definition of it.
Really love something he's done or hate it.
Oh,
I mean, there's some movies that he's put out that were absolutely amazing.
One more movie, The Critic, and that's going to be his last thing. He doesn't want to stick around too long and overstay his welcome. He feels like
Martin Scorsese.
At a certain point, storytelling should be moving on to the next generation and not hanging on if you got nothing else to tell.
But I do agree with Nelson on this. He's the definition of a hit or miss director.
Yeah.
How he made one of the worst 2 movies, to the 2 movies I've seen in the last 10 years that are the biggest piles of fucking shit. He made one of them.
Yeah.
One was The Munsters, Rob Zombie, and it sucks because I love Rob Zombie. I saw him in concert this October. He was fantastic, but that's besides the point. Anyway, Munsters, pile of shit, flaming dumpster fire. The other one, The Hateful Eight, with Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, I heard.
God awful.
I didn't see it, but I heard really bad.
I heard rumors of an extended edition. Why the fuck would you do that to yourself? Why instead of 3 hours of bullshit would you put yourself through 4?
Yeah.
Why?
Fuck that, man.
It's horrible.
But
the mind that created Kill Bill, Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, fucking what's the other one he did that was Django Unchained, even Inglourious Basterds, which is kind of iffy. How do you go from that to Hateful Eight? It's awful. It is fucking
and
awful.
That's probably like something that he did. What was that double feature as well that I hated?
Yeah, Grindhouse.
Grindhouse, the ones that was Planet Terror and Death Ride or whatever, Death Drive.
That's the first time I was like, oh, this is some bullshit.
Well, I
Mr.
thought he got
Tarantino.
outdone. Like, the one about the car was the one he did
Yeah.
with Kurt Russell, where he had the foot fetish. He was touching Rosario Dawson and Ahsoka's feet on the window.
Yeah.
He always puts that in there. But I thought Rico Rodriguez beat him. Planet Terror was better.
I mean, but it
Because it had a
two pile of shit movies. It's
It
like,
had a stripper with a machine gun.
what's
leg.
better, the McRib or gas station sushi? I don't know.
The McRib. You're gonna get a fucking tapeworm from gas station sushi.
Salmonella.
Absolutely. With extra salmon. Yeah. No, that's yeah. But he's definitely hit or miss. I'm trying. Any other directors that are like that?
Yes.
No disrespect.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
He's had some great movies and some fucking stinkers.
Well, he came out the gate with fucking Sixth Sense.
He
and
came
everybody
out
was
the
like,
gate
this guy's the next.
so strong that they're like, we'll let the bad ones go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Lady in the Water. You're like,
Lady
and
in
some
the
of his
Water
movies,
was
some of his
terrible.
movies just kind of poo-poo when you find the end.
What was the other
Like
one that was
Signs.
really good?
Yeah.
Signs?
I
Signs was good.
I liked Signs. Some people
liked
shit on
Signs.
it.
He
I like
leans
Signs.
too much
The
on
Village?
like the end.
Village was another good
the
one. That's
end
the one I was trying
reveal.
to think of.
If the end reveal
Lady in the
doesn't
Water?
hold up to the hour and a half you saw previous to it, then the whole movie falls on its face, and that's the problem.
What about Mark Wahlberg in The Happening?
The Village was
happening?
good.
What?
Sixth Sense was good. Yeah. Ugh.
The Happening.
He did Unbreakable.
Unbreakable's good.
Yep.
After Earth.
Well, yeah. See, he tried
With
to.
Will Smith
Wait.
and Will Smith's son.
Was that his?
That
Yeah.
was his.
Oh.
That pissed me off.
Bro, he tried
That
to.
was Scott Pilgrim cartoon versus
Bait and switch.
before
Yeah,
the Scott Pilgrim
you're going to a
cartoon.
Will Smith movie and it's Smith Jr. Like, you haven't earned a blockbuster movie,
Well,
sir.
he-
The fuck are you doing up here?
Yeah.
He tried to build like a superhero universe. Like he did Unbreakable, and,
And
then
then
he
Glass
did
and
he did
Split.
he split, and then he finished it with Glass. But it was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was his version of it. But
Break and Split are both good. And the cool thing was when you found out at the end, like after the credits, that Split took place in the Unbreakable world.
right.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I was
cool.
like, what? Because you see like Bruce Willis at the bar, and you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on here?
But then he like, I see dead people.
Dude, Split. Well, the twist at the end of Sixth Sense was unbelievable.
Yeah, yeah.
No
Yeah.
one knew that Bruce Willis was.
That
there.
was-
that's
yeah.
like Saw level. Like
Yeah,
Saw
that was
1.
one of the best reveals in a thriller.
You realize he
kind
got
of a
shot,
movie.
Yeah.
and you're like, oh my god, you're
So
one of the
good.
dead people. Like,
It's so good. Yeah.
yeah, and Split. I thought that dude should have won an Oscar. I don't think he did, but I forget his name, but he's Professor Xavier.
McAvoy.
McAvoy,
yeah.
yeah. He
Yeah.
should have won
James?
an Oscar. He was
James?
so uncomfortable in the way he fluidly from one, and when he finally became the Beast, uncomfortable.
Some people.
Crawling on the wall and like bending iron bars. I was like, oh my god, like
That's a badass.
he was. It
Yeah.
was. It was.
There
a good
are some
movie.
people that are like Homelander is good at that.
Yeah.
He's very good at making.
Well, in real life, he's
he
kind of
emotes.
Yeah,
he
he's-
emotes like uncomfortableness, like in his face and his mannerisms. The way,
Yeah.
the way he could go from like a normal conversation to like almost split personality behavior in like a moment's notice. It's definitely.
Did you see
commendable.
him on the crane? They had him doing some stunts,
Yeah,
and
he's like,
apparently,
oh, fuck.
apparently
Oh,
he
fuck.
doesn't usually do the whole drop. He just does like the last like 2-3 feet.
Yeah.
And they had him doing the whole thing, so they lifted him like 30 feet into the air with wires. He's oh fuck my life, oh fuck you, fuck you, the whole way up, the whole way up.
It was pretty funny.
So they dropped him actually.
And like they did
The
it with the crane
superhero
and the
drop
ropes.
for his entrance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he had to
Yeah.
do his own stunt for the night, but it was pretty fun. It was pretty fucking funny.
Yeah. I tell you what, I started watching that show on Amazon, Gen V.
I haven't seen it yet.
the
Is it
su-
worth watching?
It's got some really good stuff in it.
I thought it was
It's
supposed to be Gen 5. Is it Gen V or
Gen V. I just call it Gen V because V is the name of the drug. they
Yeah.
gave.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's got some redeeming qualities. I mean, it does. Is it The Boys? No, it's not. It's not as good as The Boys. But it's got like it's in that world. You see some familiar characters pop in and out of here. It's got some fucked up shit, kind of like season 2 or season 3.
Yep.
Is it season 2 or 3 of The Boys? Season 3.
Season 3
Which
is
was the
done.
guy that blew up inside the
It's
dick
season
hole?
3. It's
Okay.
season 3.
Yeah.
It's got some messed up shit like that. Like it involves a girl that changes sides, and it's got some fucked up shit.
Get some pretty nasty shit.
Just don't watch it with your family. I enjoyed it. I got a laugh at it, but I was going, "Oh,
that's
showing
fucking
this.
nasty." They're really getting in there.
Invincible.
Fantastic.
That last episode.
Fucking killer.
Damn.
The reveal.
Yeah.
At the end of that episode.
Damn.
I've been waiting for it to happen.
I am General Creed. I was like, ah!
Yo, I knew when he got to the
good.
planet, and he's like, wait a second. I thought I was here to save your planet. He's like, I guess it's fixed.
You kind of are.
Yeah, come with me this way.
We gotta fight 3 fucking Viltrumites.
So another thing that I seen, and I just checked it to make sure it's real, is there's gonna be another Karate Kid movie with Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan.
Yep.
So are they breaking continuity for that?
Is
like,
Jackie Chan gonna play like an old Miyagi, or maybe Miyagi's
Jackie
brother?
Chan Mr. Miyagi?
No.
No. Ralph. What the hell was his name? God damn it. I can't think of his name.
Machio?
No, the dude that the name of the guy that played Mr. Miyagi.
That passed away.
Yeah.
I am looking it
Oh
up.
yeah. I'm drawing a blank.
Looking it up.
Yeah,
Cast the Karate Kid cast.
they probably won't cast Jackie Chan as him because of how old.
His name is Mr. Han.
Mr. Han?
What they call him. So it's not. He doesn't play Mr. Miyagi. I didn't know if they were trying to call him
first name
Mr. Miyagi.
No. Even in the movie that he did, they kept making jokes where he's like, no, it's kung fu, not karate.
Pat Morita?
Pat Morita, that's who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so I guess because Ralph Macchio has aged so much, they probably won't have Jackie Chan play Mr. Miyagi.
Right.
They might have him play like a relative.
Yeah.
Which is still kind of fucked up considering Jackie's Chinese and Mr.
And
Miyagi's
Japanese.
But it's
He's
whatever.
Japanese.
It's
But yeah,
whatever,
you could pass that off. I mean, they made Robert De Niro
Irish.
He was
the
Cuban, Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
I think he's played them all.
Was he Puerto Rican? No. Robert De Niro was Irish in The Irishman, but Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino was Puerto Rican, and Al Pacino was also Cuban.
Yeah, I mean, so
Scarface and then Carlitos.
I'll accept it. That shit don't bother me. If you got the right actor for the
Viggo
job,
Mortensen was Puerto Rican.
I'm in.
Viggo Mortensen, Aragorn was Puerto Rican. He was in the wheelchair with the diapers. You know.
Listen, if they decided to
shit
make
my pants,
if they decided to make
That was a
Henry
good
Cavill
movie.
Puerto Rican in a movie, I'd be like, "Wepa, motherfucker, let's go."
Henry Cavill could play blackface.
And nobody would get mad.
The only guy still on the planet that could probably do it.
Yeah. I agree.
Chris Hemsworth does it, they're gonna lynch his ass. There's no way. There's no fucking way they're gonna let it. But Henry.
Yeah, he could do it. I'm excited for Warhammer. Any updates on that? I haven't seen.
I haven't
Nothing
seen.
yet.
I haven't seen a trailer. I haven't seen nothing. But if Henry Cavill's involved in it, he puts
It's-
so much into what he does.
It's gonna be a while because that was like they're at square one.
He was good.
Right.
He was good even as Sherlock Holmes in the
Yeah,
Enola
I
Holmes
enjoyed it.
movies. Yeah. So,
I
also
wouldn't go that
she's.
far.
I
Now,
would.
They had
I
him.
haven't seen them though. I haven't seen them.
She's gonna be in something too.
He plays the
Damsel.
older Sherlock. So eventually Sherlock becomes less,
Sherlock.
outside of society, and he starts playing well a little bit more with others in the later books. So that's kind of the version of Sherlock that he's playing.
He's such a big freaking dude, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Enola Holmes, the girl from Stranger Things, she's playing in what's her name? Billy. Her name's like Bobby Joe, or she's got a weird name. The actress that plays 11.
Billy Bob Joe Bob.
Billy Bob Joe Bob.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Fucking goddamn it.
asshole. Did you expect me to have the actual answer?
She's playing it. She's playing like a female dragon slayer in Damsel. Like she's, I guess, supposed to be a girl that sacrifices the dragon, but ends up fighting it. Or I guess that's the story they're going.
Okay.
That looked good. That's gonna be, I guess, on Netflix.
Oh, the girl from Stranger Things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm trying to think of her name. It's Billy or Bobby something. It's something weird as shit.
Bobby.
It's not Bobby Brown. That's
Fuck, I'm looking it up again.
He
God
slapped
damn
fucking
it.
Whitney Houston all over the place.
This is what happens when you're on your feet for 4 days in a row. You don't
It's
remember
all right.
anything.
We're phoning this one in. Man. We're all running on E. We all got the shit kicked out of us this weekend.
Cast of Stranger Things. So Millie Bobby
Brown. There you
Yeah,
go.
there it is.
Speaking of the Bobbies and the Billies, I was watching Tombstone the other day because Sierra had never seen it. So we're watching
What
Tombstone.
a great movie.
Fantastic.
Fucking
Billy Bob
great
Thornton
movie.
is the asshole at the bar playing
Fuck yeah.
cards. He's got
Fuck
the
yeah.
few extra pounds on him, but I was like, that's fucking Billy Bob Thornton.
He's a
playing a
badass.
nobody.
He's a badass,
He
man.
just gets slapped around by Kurt Russell in the
yeah.
bar.
You
Fuck yeah.
forget how long he's been around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
true.
good movie, though, Tombstone.
Okay. So
Not my favorite Western, but it's a good movie.
my favorite Western. Oof.
Who steals the show is
Val
Kilmer.
I mean,
Val
what
Kilmer.
do you
I'm your
pull? That
Huckleberry.
that or
Huckleberry.
Young
Fuck.
Guns?
Young Guns is another great one.
I mean, they got the damn soundtrack to go with it.
And then 310 to Yuma.
He's like, I'm gonna shoot you down. He goes, yo, Daisy, if you do. I was like, God damn.
I don't know. For me, it is
Val Kilmer.
It's Val Kilmer and Tombstone.
Non-cyborg Val Kilmer.
That cup spinning?
Yeah. Just talking shit on that guy. Just,
Come on.
and there's so many people that are dead in that movie. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
man.
That movie's great. That
Yeah.
movie's great. But
That was
310 to Yuma was good too.
310 to Yuma is one of my favorite westerns of all time. The new one with Russell Crowe
Yeah.
and Christian Bale. My favorite western of all time is still gonna be Unforgiven with Clint Eastwood.
I don't think I've ever seen any Clint Eastwood westerns.
You need to watch. Well, the two I would tell you to watch. He's got a shit ton of them when he did the whole spaghetti western shit. The two I would tell you to watch is without a doubt The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, because it even though it's old,
I hear that's a classic. I know that
it's long.
by name.
It's a classic, and it started the Mexican standoff.
Excellent.
In the graveyard, and like they're just fucking looking at each other, and like it's a standoff. They found the graveyard, and each of them knows something. It's like, he's like, well, I know what's the name on the grave, and he goes, well, I know what graveyard it's actually in. It's a big old Civil War graveyard, and so they need to kill each other to get each other's information. And it's like they're all just looking at each other. They know one of them is gonna die, and all of them are gonna die, and only one of them's getting that treasure.
That's fucking.
So
great.
who do you shoot in a three-way? It's like who the fuck do you shoot? Like, who's gonna aim at who? So that's actually worth watching. And Unforgiven is just the most, in my opinion, realistic, grizzled western ever.
Okay.
Like Clint Eastwood plays this old, retired murderer. Like he used to be a gunfighter that hunted people down, named William Money. Nice. And it's just raw.
Okay.
Like Morgan Freeman's his buddy that he used to travel with, and it's
Unforgiven.
Yes.
So
and Gene Hackman plays a hell of a villain. Like,
so not as good or friendly as the Young Guns movie. There,
no.
Emilio Estevez.
No, you will watch like Tombstone. You'll watch like Young Guns. You'll feel good when you leave the movie.
Yeah.
Unforgiven, you will not. you will watch that movie. You will.
So it's in the title for sure.
Just watch it when you want to see a great western and a powerful movie, and yeah, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose a piece of yourself. But there's a turning point towards the end of that movie where it just becomes real. Like you're watching a real gunfight. You're like, oh fuck. Like he switches a switch, and you see like, oh man, that's what those people were probably like. Like if you could resurrect a gunfighter from the 1800s that actually shot people to death, and you want to know what it looked like, oh, Clint Eastwood at the end of this movie, that's what that's like. He does a very good job, and he won an Oscar for it, as he fucking should. That was a great movie. It's my favorite western.
No, for me, I haven't seen those. So I'm definitely gonna watch them.
I watched Tombstone just because Sierra said she never seen it. I'm watching a lot of classics that my young girlfriend has not seen.
Yeah.
Fucking Jurassic Park.
Has she seen Braveheart?
Yeah, I made her. That was like first week. Have you seen Braveheart? No. Okay, let's fix this. We can't go any further. Every man dies and every man really lives. You need to be able to quote this.
You need to watch
You
this
need to know Braveheart
right here.
Yeah. Have you seen Kingdom of Heaven? No. Okay, we're gonna watch that. So I'm going through like classic films. Like have you seen this? Okay. Like Seven, we had to watch. Silence of the Lambs, we had to watch.
Ooh.
Seven.
I stopped everything when she didn't watch Jurassic Park. I was like, excuse me? Excuse the fuck out of me? You did not see Jurassic Park?
Do you remember how epic Jurassic Park was when it came out?
It changed my life.
All the laws of CGI, right?
Yep.
That's why I said to her, I paused the movie. Like, I paused it. When they're all in the Jeep and they're standing up and they're looking at the Jeep, I paused the fucking movie. And I said to her, I don't know how well this aged because I haven't seen it in 10 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know how well this aged. But when we watch this, it's like from a 7-year-old boy on, if you watch this, it changed your fucking life.
Absolutely.
Because you had only seen dinosaurs in your toys and in your magazines. And in claymation movies. You had never seen one like this.
They literally lied and made the fucking technology as they were making the movie.
Yes.
They barely got it done.
Have you seen the behind the scenes on Netflix? The movies we love? Fucking great when they were telling this. The guy's like, we kind of got it working. We'll figure it out. But yeah, it did. I mean, the only other dinosaurs we seen on TV was the show Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That aired with Family Matters, the Urkels. Remember, like, Not the Mama?
Yeah.
And
Not the Mama?
What an end to a show. The dad fucked up and caused the reaction that killed them all. That was how they ended the show. things are gonna get cold, son. And why don't we go somewhere warmer? There is nowhere to go. We're just all gonna die.
It was
Fade
dark.
to black.
Yes.
Dude, the end was dark as fuck.
But
That's
not only
childhood
that,
trauma.
when you go back and watch that show, it's really not good.
No.
I remember it being
you know what I
great,
did the other day?
but
Just-
it wasn't
Just for
good.
shits and giggles, since like I like to expose my girlfriend to the childhood things we went through.
Yeah.
I put a never-ending story.
Oh my god.
So anyway, so the horse starts to slow down, right? Horse starts slowing down in the swamp, and I'm just like this. I start like turning the volume up a little bit, and I start slowly like looking over. I'm like making sure she's watching. I'm saying he's like, come on, you're my only friend. And I'm like, oh, here we go. I start looking over. Fucking waterworks, brother. I was like, yes.
That's how you should feel.
I was like, if I had to crush my soul when I was a child, fuck yeah, you're gonna cry too.
Oh, that's young Jack Black.
Yeah, man. But you
Is
know,
it?
Young Jack Black is in the movie. Yeah, he's one of the bullies, I believe.
yes. But you know what's crazy is that when we watched movies
Fuck,
and
Ed, you just blew my mind.
when
Hold
we
on.
watched cartoons even back in the day, it was a part of it. Even no matter how lighthearted Bambi was with
Yep.
Thumper and the skunk and all that shit, they killed the mother.
Somebody died
There
first.
was a hunter that shot and killed Bambi's mother
It
in the
is
movie theater.
Standard procedure for a Disney movie. The parents are either killed or
oh
missing.
my God, Jack Black played some character named Slip.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah. He's got a black leather jacket, I believe.
Yep. It's so good.
This is news to me. I've never.
That's how long Jack Black has been around. He's been around forever also.
He grew up in showbiz.
Yeah, he's a national treasure, unlike Val Kilmer.
Yeah. I mean, he played Bowser, man.
He played that. This is true. He had the best Bowser suit ever.
Oh, yeah.
He's another good one. Even Kung Fu Panda was fucking great.
Yeah.
Love me some Kung Fu Panda. What was the other one that he was really School of Rock?
Oh, Jack Black was in the Neverending Story 3. Okay.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fair.
but
That's fair.
He's in there.
I thought for a second, I'm like, the original Neverending Story, like, was he one of the
Oh,
kids?
so he's in part 3. Okay.
He's in part 3.
yeah.
I know I'd seen him in there.
I freaked out. I was like, wait a minute. Was he like one of those little fucking kids chasing him? I was like, how old is Jack Black? Like, I don't know. That blew my mind for a second.
Oh man. So let me ask you
I'll
guys.
recover.
Yeah. I'll recover. Out of the new stuff that's coming out, what are you looking forward to? I'm gonna say Echo. It's gotten a lot of bad reviews, but after watching that trailer,
I'm gonna have to buy Disney Plus.
I think Echo could possibly be
It's-
good after what they did to fix it.
I think it's possible it sets the pace of what they're going to do with the more adult-oriented Marvel stuff.
And I think that's where maybe some of the critics that review Disney stuff, if they got the chance to see or hear some of the things about it, they're jumping on it because they don't want their holiness of Disney to be stolen from them. But I mean, guys, we got to grow up here, and it looks like a good show.
Yeah.
And hopefully it delivers. But I've been burned by trailers before.
Yeah. I know we haven't seen it yet. I know we talked about seeing it. What I'm most excited for is I want to go see Napoleon.
Yes.
I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard mixed reviews.
Well, it's crushing the new Disney Wish movie,
yeah.
as it should. What the fuck?
which I didn't even know it had dropped already.
Yeah.
I barely seen any announcements of that it was out or anything.
Yeah.
But it's like 3rd or 4th place right now, and I don't know what the fuck up it's against other than Napoleon.
I'm down to see it Tuesday. If you guys want to go Tuesday. I don't know what your
yeah,
Tuesday
I need to
looks like.
save all my money in blood and sperm, but I'll go.
Oh yeah.
Relax. I'll go. No, I'll go.
All right.
I'll still go.
All right,
I'll still
Tuesday.
go.
Let's go see it.
I think we
Let's
can do it
go
Tuesday.
see it Tuesday night.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't really have anything.
My
to
only
do.
issue with
Blood,
my only
Dude,
issue.
I'll be fucking jerking off in a cup for the next one. Don't worry on me. You know?
I see
Like,
what
What's that smell?
my
Echo
cum.
is. They're releasing the whole show at once, which they haven't done for a while.
Yes.
Which either they're very confident in it, that it'll get a lot of praise and talking, or they're very not confident in it, and they just hoping that people will binge the whole thing in one go because it's bingeable.
Yeah, but it's because of the scathing reviews I think that they got ahead of time.
What,
Yeah.
for Wish?
No, for
Echo.
Echo. Yeah, but it's like, who is really watching it? Where is the target
Anything
audience?
that version of the Kingpin is in, I
Yeah.
will give a chance.
But
Hell
they
yeah.
need
he was the one thing from the Netflix live action Marvel things
Yeah.
I hope they saved.
Yeah.
His presence was powerful.
They
He
gotta
is.
stop making by committee with focus groups and all these random fucking people and start like they were before, making it for the Marvel audience.
Yeah.
It's a comic book thing.
Yeah.
Those are the people you're playing to.
Nope.
Stop trying to make it for committee to a bunch of people who are never gonna go fucking see it anyway.
Yeah.
Kingpin's gonna have blue hair and nipple rings. Watch.
That's right.
You watch.
Know your audience. And on that note, thank you for joining us at the Sofa Kingdom podcast, where you can find all of our shows on different social media platforms. And
Ed might know where they are.
who?
Sofa Kingdom OFC, Sofa Kingdom podcast. Stitcher unfortunately shut down. I used Stitcher for well over a decade.
Damn.
I mean, it's just an RSS catcher. It shouldn't be anything more complicated than that.
Right.
But they tried adding some stuff, and I guess it failed, and now it's going away. So I moved myself over to Google. But Google's getting folded into YouTube for the podcast, the YouTube Music app. So,
Damn.
Really?
in the span of
We're going
2
places.
weeks, the 2 podcast apps I were using are both disappearing, which is
I use Spotify
Annoying.
and iTunes. Those are the two that I use for my music and for my
Spotify does a shit
podcast.
job at keeping track of what you've listened to and where you were. Every time it turns back on, it'll be 30, 40 minutes back in time where I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm way past this fucking point.
I like being
Or
a time traveler.
It
Now I gotta
completely
guess. Now I gotta
loses
guess.
track of what I listened to at all. I go like,
Yeah.
no, I've listened to all these episodes. You're playing shit. I've already, or it just randomly jumps to music. Oops, we lost the feed. So here's music on the app you never
they
listened
are
to
trying
music
give
to.
you
Oh, and I
something.
brought a sword.
And then brought us over. That's the name of the episode.
I brought a sword.
I brought a sword.
I figured somehow we can